Every day, all of us are fighting a war against ourselves before we even get out into the world, because the world doesn't want us to win. But many of us lose the battle before we even have to face the world, because we're losing to ourselves. I was the same way for a long time, and every now and again I still fall and almost crumble underneath the weight of the internal force going on inside of me, the war that seems to war on, and the spiritual battles that we face. Our flesh wants to pull us towards darkness, wants to take us down a path of wickedness, wants us to lead our lives of comfort, pleasure. Whereas that's the easy way. Our spirit is pulling us towards the straight and narrow way, the positive direction, the path that's least traveled. In this video, I aim to add to you just 3 tools to add to your arsenal, in which that you can wield whenever those heavy days come about, and that stop you originally. But as long as you implement these, they won't stop you any longer. Many of us fight these battles that a lot of us, we never speak about. It's in silence. There's no one there, although there are people who claim to be there. There's no one there for us to support us, help us get through it. Maybe we don't want to add to their lives because we know that they're going through whatever they're going through that's hard for them. Maybe we just don't want to be a burden. Maybe we think that nobody cares when there's actually people who do. Maybe there's just a cycle that we get stuck into, like we don't feel as if we're good enough to hold the line, to change, that we're gonna be stuck in this place forever. So the number one thing that we need whenever whenever life starts throwing all kinds of crazy punches at us, throwing everything in our way, we need a why before anything else. Step number 7 out of the 8 steps to success in my sales business is know your why and where you're going. If you don't know your why and where you're going, any place will do. And it'll be easy to knock us off our game. It'll be easy to stop us, to slow us, to get us to fall into a mental trap of self-loathing and self-doubt, anxiety, fear. When we find that why that's going to be stronger than any obstacle that comes our way, then it doesn't matter. We all know the quote, if you don't, let it be news. If our why is strong enough, the what doesn't matter. The why must be at the tip of our mind the second something challenging happens. Because every time we move in a positive direction, the enemy, they call all arms to stop us. Everything starts getting thrown in our way to slow us down. When we're doing absolutely nothing, it's chill. When we're destroying our lives through comfort and pleasure, cheap dopamine, everything's all right. The enemy doesn't have to send any forces our way because we're already doing their job. Once we have a strong enough why and we set ourselves onto this path, we need to have some kind of tracking mechanism. I recommend the Streaks app. The Streaks app allows you to download the app on your very phone itself, put a widget on the screen, so as soon as you open your phone, you can see it right there, and you can put any kind of habit in there that you want to develop and keep track of. That's what we call earned dopamine as we continue to stack up, as we continue to extend the streak. If you ever had a Snapchat friend where you have constantly posted snaps with each other every day to keep your streak, why not do that for your own life? Why not do that for habits that you want to instill to create a new identity for yourself? This is a very powerful tool because it also gives you a visible representation of how far you've come. It's been 75 days since the last time I've drank some alcohol, smoked any weed, or ingested any kind of nicotine. Now, that automatically tracks itself. It goes every day, and I can look at that and think, man, okay, I've gotten pretty far so far. When we look at this and we have this in our mind as something that we do every day, we check this off, we see our progress. Then when a temptation comes to fall back, we can think back on the streak like, man, I've come 75 days, so I really don't want to break this streak because I don't like the feeling I'll feel if I do this. So as we take a strong enough why and we keep a streak, keep track of something so that we can celebrate it, so that we can have that visible representation of our progress to help us keep going forward. Thirdly, if we can have someone, at least one person, a group of friends, family members, anyone that's trusted, a priest, someone that you can talk to, pastor, whoever. If we can have that to where it's a safe group, to where we can go and speak and be vulnerable without any judgment, without any hate, without putting us down. If we can have that, that's 3 ways, if we put these all together, where we can be nearly unstoppable. When it gets heavy, when we're feeling like we're getting crushed by the weight, we can lean on these 3 things as tools that we can use to reinforce ourselves. A strong enough why at the forefront of our mind lights a fire underneath us. The streaks that we're keeping. Look at how far I've come. Every time I stack this, I get one step closer to that new person I am. Then that third, where arguably the most powerful, one of the most important, having that community, people that you can talk to that are like-minded, that understand. These are what we can use to fortitude our lives, ourselves, and keep going when we don't feel like it. When the internal battle plus the external battles, they seem too heavy to carry. I know this will help if you implement it, if you made it to this point in the video. I greatly appreciate you. If you would like to join my newsletter to get some fire every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning, start off the day right, I have a newsletter called thevoiceofstrength.com. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.